This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, Dunedin is seen as a desirable location now that Auckland property is unaffordable. International aspirations for one local athlete. And excitement builds for the Otepoti Kapahaka group as their moment to shine approaches. Very good evening, I'm Craig Story. Dramatically increased Auckland property prices are making Dunedin a more desirable place to live. Real estate agents say local house sales are on the rise as Aucklanders move south. And for one family, the shift is paying off.
Vicky King is enjoying her own slice of southern heaven. A few months ago, she and her family escaped the Auckland rat race and moved to Dunedin. $250,000 later, they stepped onto the property ladder with this house.
We were just out of the market in Auckland. It was impossible, A, to get in, because as fast as you've saved to get a deposit, the house prices have gone up, so you haven't got enough again. Local real estate agents say the city's become an extremely desirable place to live for Aucklanders. As median house prices up north approach $1 million, Dunedin homes go for a third of that. King says her family's money has gone much further locally than it would have in Auckland. I think you might get a fence or something, someone's front lawn. There's nothing, not for $250,000, nothing. Real Estate Institute of New Zealand data shows local house sales are steadily increasing, with good quality properties and schools a major drawcard for buyers. It's a far cry from what King calls a depressing Auckland housing market. And you feel like even when you do get in, that you're locked into this lifetime of a chain around your neck where you don't really get to live. Local house sales are expected to keep rising, especially as the market strengthens in spring. King says she tells everyone to make the move south for home ownership and a more relaxed lifestyle, as increasing numbers of Kiwis find themselves priced out of the northern market. David DeLorean, 39 Dunedin News.
Locals are being warned about an ongoing email scam relating to a Dunedin car dealer. A person claiming to be Stadium Car's managing director Andrew Graham is asking residents for their account details. They say so its deposits can be made in relation to car purchases. But the real Andrew Graham says the emails are fake. Police say it's a reminder to all residents to be wary of requests for personal details, both online and over the phone. They say people should verify requests with company staff or contact police. In the latest in a string of internet and phone, it is the latest in a string of internet and telephone scams targeting Dunedin residents. A King's High School athlete is stepping into the international spotlight. He's preparing to represent New Zealand at the Commonwealth Youth Games in Samoa, competing in the long jump and hurdles. But his aspirations don't end there.
Felix McDonald is mad about athletics. The Year 12 pupil has dominated local, regional and national contests in recent years. And now he's about to represent New Zealand at the Commonwealth Youth Games in Samoa.
I got selected after New Zealand track and field champs, where I won the 110 hurdles and also got the long jump title as well.
This is where McDonald will be competing, Apia Park in Samoa's capital. He's never been to Samoa and says travelling to compete in the hurdles and long jump is an exciting prospect, especially as he'll be showing off the results of several intense months of training.
Mentally it's been very tough in this cold climate. I think the training sessions they're very, very hard. A lot of speed work, a lot of high intensity running.
McDonald's impending trip is entirely self-funded, costing a few $1,000s. Internet fundraisings helped him get across the line, and now he's ready to make Dunedin proud.
Hopefully I can take this youth take it up to when I'm a senior and get to the Commonwealth Games and go to the Olympics. Hopefully he can get in the top 8 in the world.
The teenager says he never expected his athletics career to take him as far as it has. And on the 3rd of September, he'll push himself to the next level when he shows what he can do on the international stage. David DeLorean, 39, Dunedin News.
A man is recovering from being robbed at knife point in the Upper Octagon. His cell phone and packet of cigarettes were stolen from him outside Reading Cinemas about 2:30 yesterday afternoon. The man was with 2 associates when another man joined them and pulled out a knife. He demanded the victim's cell phone and cigarettes. The victim knows the robber by nickname and has provided that information to police. Officers are also investigating a serious assault in the Octagon, which is not thought to be related to the aggravated robbery. Excitement is building as the city's young Māori leaders prepare for a national hui. 35 leaders of Otago University's Māori Students Association will travel to Christchurch for the annual event. And with fundraising efforts over, the students are turning to the conference itself.
Some last-minute poi practice as Tāwani White prepares for Te Huinga Tauara, the annual Māori Students Association conference. This year's event will attract Māori students from around the country to Christchurch to take part in a raft of activities.
It's a really good experience for a student, I would say, to just get involved because you get to meet so many other Māori students from different tertiary institutions, and you kind of get to widen your connections and that sort of thing.
White says the conference is a chance for Otago students to meet new people and discuss issues concerning young Māori. And she says, as well as the serious side of things, it's also about having a good time with like-minded peers.
I've got a really good group and everyone's really keen and excited to get amongst everything that Te Huinga Tauara is all about. So yeah, it's really, really good to see the new ones coming through as well. I've got a lot of first years coming, which is really good.
White says it's been a struggle in the past to build membership within the Māori Students Association, but numbers are on the up with some fresh blood joining this year. And she says interest in the group's grown over the 5 years she's been involved.
I've seen a lot of students come in and get acquainted with the place, and even if it's just using the kitchen and getting a Milo or a cup of tea or something, that to me is really good because they're still coming to the building and getting amongst whatever we have to offer.
In the months leading up to this year's conference, White estimates the group's raised about $5,000. And with that in the bank, these students are focused on ensuring Otago's contingent looks good in Otatahi next week. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, giving your old toys a new lease on life is good for the heart and the soul. And we'll look at the financial market for the end of the week.
Oh, lifestyler can be anybody. We look at a lifestyler as someone who perhaps has been a farmer and is retiring into a smaller block. It could be someone who's working here in Dunedin and has a few acres at home. It could be mum and the kids with the pony on an acre. It's anyone that's got a little bit of land rather than just the quarter-acre section.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Big Orange, for all your movies, records, books and games. Pre-loved needs and vinyl records, 45s, DVDs. A South Dunedin family-owned business for over 15 years. Check us out on Facebook, opposite Westpac on the sunny side of King Edward Street.
Discover New Zealand's most innovative museum, Toitu Otago Settlers Museum. 14 stunning galleries, 3 distinct architectural styles, and 1 million intriguing stories are yours to discover at Toitu Otago Settlers Museum. Open daily next to Dunedin Railway Station and with free admission. Toitu Otago Settlers Museum.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Are you within your legal rights to take one life and in order to save another? Welcome to the ambiguities of law. Because whilst the law may be clear, there is still room for both yes and no.
What? No!
The decision will depend on logical thinking and the art of argument. And this is what we learn at New Zealand's first and world-renowned law faculty.
You can stop now!
I'm Latafale, and this is my place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Hedges are something we almost take for granted. A good hedge needs regular maintenance to look its best and to add value and character to your property. For all your hedge care needs, call the team at SGC Services on 0800 783 453.
Hi, I'm Mike Kernahan, Chief Executive of the Cancer Society, Otago and Southland Division. On 28th of August, we celebrate 25 years of Daffodil Day. Daffodil Day helps us provide care, comfort and hope to people who have a cancer diagnosis and their families. It helps us run health promotion programs so there might be less cancer in the future, and it funds vital cancer research. So please give generously this Daffodil Day. Text HOPE to 469 to donate $3 or visit daffodilday.org.nz and help us make this Daffodil Day the biggest and best yet.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Welcome back. It's been a lucrative year for the Otago Community Trust, with its investment portfolio returning 13.8%. That's a result of just over $30 million. The Trust doles out money to charities and community groups throughout the year. In the 12 months to the end of March, it has approved donations totalling $4.3 million. Almost 400 applications for funding were processed by the Trust last year, and its donations budget for this financial year is just under $7 million. And on that cheery note, let's take a look at today's financial market. Bit of a brown trouser day across in Australia, and the Dow Jones dropping 358 points, which is a serious number to pay attention to, and also to the Nikkei, although a very small float with the NZSX up 9. And across on all of the notes, descending note valuations apart from the Australian dollar, which is now at 90.56, and the euro dropping further to 0.587. A local woman is collecting toys and other items to help traumatised children. Tracy Leishman is part of the wider TEDs for the Kids project, and she's here to explain how it works. A very good evening to you, Tracy. This is a very interesting project. But tell us about TEDs for Kids.
It was originally founded in Tauranga by a lady called Susie Brown, and it quickly spread from there. In 2012, it became a registered charity. It was founded by Katrina Cruz, Cara Craig, David Craig and Susie Brown. And they wanted to start something and create an organisation that was run by everyday people, making big differences in people's lives.
So it's already got some traction in the North Island, and
yep.
You're now a South Island franchise builder, developer here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what items are you collecting for children?
We're collecting soft toys, blankets, torches, colouring items and notebooks and diaries. The soft toy is for comfort, to cry into, to cuddle or to take aggression out of. The blanket is to wrap around them, to hide under or to wipe away their tears. Right. The torch is often the darkest scary for them, and most of the kids aren't going back to their own places, so they're going to be in somewhere new. Colouring items, which is books, the pens, crayons and stuff. A lot of research has been done into the benefits of colouring and drawing to express their feelings, and with younger kids the colour is what they use to show.
So this isn't just pardon me, but not just a fluffy, let's collect some toys for the kids. There's a very serious and significant purpose for what you're doing.
Yeah.
So how many children are going to be involved locally or are affected locally?
I don't have the local stats, but nationally there's 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys by the time that are sexually abused by the time that they're 18. So there's a dire need for it. That's
a dire statistic.
Yep.
How are children affected by forensic examination by the police? I'm not asking for details, but...
Yeah. Yeah, we can't discuss the police procedures, but they're taken into a room, they're interviewed, they're physically examined because for court reasons they have to go through all the physical examination, and that's the most vulnerable time of their life.
I'll just let that percolate for a moment. So what do you do with the donated items?
At present, I have them all at homes in storage bins. I've only got my house and OUSA at uni in Cumberland Street as a drop-off point. But if any other places or businesses want to come on board as drop-off points, then they're more than welcome to. Until we do a pack making day, they're all stored at my house. And the pack making day, we put all together the toys, the blankets and stuff, tied around with a ribbon, the gender, age, and then in a plastic bag.
Hey, Tracy, you have an audience who's desperately paying attention. How can they get involved?
They can either contact me or the Dunedin Tits for Kids page on Facebook. Especially the knitters and crocheters and sewers and stuff. If they could make handmade stuff. Yep.
So they'll find you on Facebook?
Yep, Dunedin Tits for Kids.
Tracy, thank you so very much for your time.
That's
It's been good having you here. Okay. Excuse me, after the break on 39 Dunedin News, art is life and life is art in Dunedin, and the weather cometh. It's good news.
Sir Bob Charles, New Zealand's greatest golfer and still going strong.
I'm sure that Sportsville was a contributing factor to my success, and I'll continue to use it.
Sir Bob Charles Sportsville, a product so good he puts his name to it.
Well, I believe Sportsville helps maintain your quality of life.
Now being used by active men and women globally to support strength and mobility.
It works for me.
Sir Bob Charles Sportsville in the new all-black pack. Call now for the Sportsville special. 0800 502 402.
Moving around the corner, overseas, Best Removals Otago Limited, specialists in household removals and business relocations, as well as packing materials, secure storage. Best Removals can do it all. 0800 266 834.
Wake up time and another frantic day ahead for Haraway's Oat Singles. With 3 delicious flavours in each pack, they don't last long with this family. They're so convenient and tasty, and they're ready in seconds. Haraway's Oat Singles are the ideal breakfast or snack on the run for today's busy families. And there's a flavour to suit everyone. Beat the rush and make sure you get your favourite flavour. Haraway's Oat Singles. Try new Kiwi Favourites Caramel Variety Pack.
For 30 years, Southern Clams have harvested New Zealand littleneck clams in the coastal waters of Otago. Hand harvesting to order at the right place and time ensures perfection of every clam you eat. New Zealand littleneck clams, harvested for you by Southern Clams.
She's 21 metres long with a 6.7 metre beam. She can support diving, seafloor mapping and sampling, deep water measurements, and has onboard laboratories. She has a range of 1,000 nautical miles, which means the Polaris 2 can take your studies further than you ever thought possible. My name's Will Raymond, and this is My Place in the World.
Take your place in the world.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Pregnant? Need to talk?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
A lifestyler to me is a person maybe wanting to escape the hustle and bustle of a big city, wanting some animals, maybe able to grow their own veggies, have chickens, get their own hens. A lifestyle block can be your supermarket. Just a good way of living, and a lot of people enjoy that rather than being in a city. A very sustainable way to live.
Welcome back. $250,000 worth of art is on display at the Dunedin railway station. More than 200 pieces are exhibited for the Edinburgh Realty Premier Art Awards. And while prizes are available, organisers say it's more about participation.
Pretty pictures worth a pretty penny. Work by hundreds of South Island artists is on display in Dunedin for the annual Edinburgh Realty Premier Art Awards. And Otago Art Society President Jenny Longstaff says this year there's something for everyone.
The 203 that are exhibited here, a huge range of different expression in topic, subject matter, technique, stylistic. You've got abstract through to realist. You have to be a pretty hard exhibition goer to not find something to enjoy here.
The awards have been held for the past 8 years and entry numbers remain high. This year's exhibition is a mixed bag, showcasing a variety of art techniques and mediums, as well as a single installation. And Longstaff says the public response to the works has been positive.
So there's a bit of an indication, a trend in what the public's enjoying, but having said that, there's 50 artists who are going to be pretty happy at the moment because we've made 50 sales. The exhibition's not finished yet, hopefully more sales to come.
She's happy to see sales up on previous years, indicating a freeing of the purse strings. But that's not the only money changing hands. Thousands of dollars have been dished out by the singular judge for his favourite works.
Selecting a good, well-respected judge is actually quite crucial too. This year we're lucky to have Barry Cleveland as the judge. But perhaps the main advantage of entering an art award is to actually be exhibited, to get your work on the wall and have the public come and view it.
Thousands of people have already been through the door and the exhibition's open until the end of the month, when a People's Choice winner will be announced. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Cool story. Concerned St Clair's residents are urging the City Council to undertake immediate work to prevent further beach erosion. They say sand dunes are receding at an alarming rate, threatening nearby properties. So this week's 39 Dunedin News online poll asked, should more be done to prevent erosion at St Clair? 75% of you in the affirmative, 25% in the negative. Dunedin's accommodation sector has come under fire as civic leaders say the city is in desperate need of more hotels. That's come as hundreds of tourism heavyweights have gathered locally for a conference. So next week's 39 Dunedin News online poll asks, does Dunedin need more visitor accommodation? You may voice with your voice at the website dunedintv.co.nz. And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Local house sales are on the rise as dramatically increasing Auckland property prices make Dunedin a more desirable destination. A King's High School pupil is preparing to represent New Zealand at the Commonwealth Youth Games in Samoa. And Dunedin's young Māori leaders are about to take part in the National Hui, having fundraised thousands of dollars to attend. And now let's take a look at what's happening in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times with the editor himself.
Hello, Craig.
Hello.
A serial rapist was sentenced to 14 years jail in the Dunedin court today. Concern over neurosurgery in Dunedin. We talked to some of the leading figures there. The South Dunedin Cycle Network, its long-running battle with its islands, and they will be removed next week, within the week. So that's positive actions. King's High School and the Ministry of Education have come to agreement over the school's role issue. And in the weekend mix, we revisit our Class Act pupils. Class Act is coming up next week, which is our celebration of excellence of secondary pupils throughout the region. We catch up with them years gone by to see what they've got up to and how they've achieved and what they've been doing.
There's some sturdy and robust talent available too.
Unbelievable talent, and so we've been catching up with them over the last 10 years, 14 years. Pretty interesting stuff.
We'll just see how far that talent can take them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
yep.
Marvellous. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And on that note, it's time to have a look at the weather.
This local weather report proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn Sportsville.
Starting with today's city view, blossoms at the Fulbury Road roundabout. How lovely. And around the city today, 3 o'clock temperatures in the city, central city 11, around at the Guardies at 12 and at the Tidy also 12. Lovely day. Looking at the situation, the anti-cyclone blankets the country, but will move away late in the weekend. So mild weather, but northerlies later on. A cold front, unfortunately, arrives for Monday and Tuesday. And the forecast for the main towns for the lower South Island for tomorrow, it's good news, moderate northerlies all across, a little cloud, 14 degrees everywhere. Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, it's all the same for you. High cloud, 14 degrees. Make the most of the weekend. And here in Dunedin tonight, frosts, 7 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly fine, moderate sou'westers. Sunny periods is the word of the day, but frosts in the evening, a high of 13 and a low of 5. And on Sunday, high cloud increasing. Sunny, light winds, 14 and 6. And finally to the Southern Clams tidal and fishing information. Tides for Saturday, high tide is 8:56 a.m, low tide 3:46 p.m. Sunday, high tide 9:50 a.m, low tide 4:38. Fishing is bad, unfortunately, at 5:38 on Saturday, and it's, well, at best it's not very good either at 6:25 on Sunday. And that's all from the team here at 39 Dunedin News. We'll leave you now with shots of the week that was, set to the music of Gunnar Olsen. And from the good men and women of 39 Dunedin News, we'll see you again on Monday. Good evening.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.